We met on Instagram, and I DM'd him. I DM'd him first.
Love that.
I made the slide, but that was after he followed me for a couple of months. He did the whole like, I'm gonna creep on you from the bushes, and I'm gonna like your pictures. I'm gonna watch your stories. And after a while, I was like, okay, I see you. Like, you've made it very evident that you're following me, that you're there, you're present. And I remember my homegirl telling me, like, what are you waiting for? Like, hit him up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it.
Oh.
I know. I was
He
very
can come to
stubborn. Yeah,
me.
I'm like, if he wants to talk to me, he can hit me up first.
Yes. Did you guys do the whole thing where like he went on your page and like 3 pictures and you went back and like 2? And then
Oh,
you
I didn't
came
like
back
nothing. I wasn't doing that. I just came out of like a really jacked up relationship. Bad breakup. So I was off men in general, especially athletes. I was like, oh, thanks. I'm good.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
So seeing him lurker on my page, I was not impressed. I really wasn't intrigued. I'm like, I go on his page. Oh, he's tall. He wears J's. Like, he got a little buzz cut. Like, that's nice and all. Not into it. Like,
Yes.
if you want
Next
my attention,
caller.
get next caller. Hit me up and be direct.
Yes.
So the homegirl's hyping him up. Talk to him. And I'll never forget this. This is Travis's favorite story, too, because it was New Year's Day. I'd had a couple cocktails. And I'm like, well, new year. Maybe new me. I could just lower my pride a little bit.
Yeah.
And DM a white man, which I've never dated a white guy in my life. So that was already like, what the hell am I doing? What the hell is this kind of tequila?
Let me DM this white man on New Year's.
And just see what it's hitting for real quick.
Yes. Period.
So I DM'd him. We met on Instagram, and I DM'd him. I DM'd him first.
Love that.
I made the slide, but that was after he followed me for a couple of months. He did the whole like, I'm gonna creep on you from the bushes, and I'm gonna like your pictures. I'm gonna watch your stories. And after a while, I was like, okay, I see you. Like, you've made it very evident that you're following me, that you're there, you're present. And I remember my homegirl telling me, like, what are you waiting for? Like, hit him up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. I know. I was
He
very
can come to
stubborn. Yeah,
me.
I'm like, if he wants to talk to me, he can hit me up first.
Yes. Did you guys do the whole thing where like he went on your page and like 3 pictures and you went back and like 2? And then
Oh,
you
I didn't
came
like
back
nothing. I wasn't doing that. I just came out of like a really jacked up relationship. Bad breakup. So I was off men in general, especially athletes. I was like, oh, thanks. I'm good.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
So seeing him lurker on my page, I was not impressed. I really wasn't intrigued. I'm like, I go on his page. Oh, he's tall. He wears J's. Like, he got a little buzz cut. Like, that's nice and all. Not into it. Like,
Yes.
if you want
Next
my attention,
caller.
get next caller. Hit me up and be direct.
Yes.
So the homegirl's hyping him up. Talk to him. And I'll never forget this. This is Travis's favorite story, too, because it was New Year's Day. I'd had a couple cocktails. And I'm like, well, new year. Maybe new me. I could just lower my pride a little bit.
Yeah.
And DM a white man, which I've never dated a white guy in my life. So that was already like, what the hell am I doing? What the hell is this kind of tequila?
Let me DM this white man on New Year's.
And just see what it's hitting for real quick.
Yes. Period.
So I DM'd him.
I know from like even my sisters and just growing up, I grew up in a predominantly white area. And a lot of the black boys at the school are into the white girls.
100%.
And a lot of the white guys might be into you, but they say weird fetishizing shit and you're like,
actually, ew.
yeah,
Yeah.
this feels disgusting.
Yeah.
So no, thank you. But then it's like, they'll fuck with you up until a point. And then when it's time to like bring you home for Thanksgiving
To mom and pop, right?
or Hanukkah,
Yes.
you're not getting past that
Yeah.
line.
Yeah.
And that is something that I think that a lot of women of color, just in general, like you might find a white guy attractive or a guy outside of your race attractive, but it's like, will they like me? And
Right.
that anxiety alone, I think, fucks us all up.
100%.
But you can have a preference. Like you can want to date, I understand people who are like, I'm Muslim, so I want to date someone who's Muslim because that is my culture. I want to date someone who's Lebanese because I'm Lebanese.
Yeah.
That's my culture and that's how I've been raised and that's what I want.
Yeah.
But I think that we do ourselves a disservice a lot by closing off certain boxes because we're too afraid to see
For sure.
if it could be a possibility.
For sure. And I think generationally too, like I remember before I even spoke of Travis, I remember I turned on one of his games, and my dad's gonna kill me for this, but it's an eye-opening situation I think for everyone. But I turned on one of his games and I was just like, like, what do you think about that guy? Like, number 87, the white boy.
Just for instance, what do you think
What
about
do
him?
you think? What do you think? He looks at me and he's just like, I mean, whatever. Like, I'm not into it. Like, and then he kind of like picked up on it, but was basically like, don't bring no white boy home. Like, don't play with me. You know. And we're like shooting the shit. We're watching football. We have a really close relationship. This is my stepdad. And he basically was just like, yeah, don't bring no white man home. Like, don't do that to me.
I mean, we've all heard that.
Yes. You know, whether it's a joke or not. And you have to think about the times that they grew up in. You know what I mean? He's from North Carolina, which they don't play.
Yeah.
They don't play down there. So
right.
you understand where it's coming from. But I think that fear kind of trickles down to you too. And you kind of in the back of your mind just think like, okay, no, I'm not bringing no white man home. I'm not doing that. I'm going to bring a black man.
Yes.
A strong black brother.
Because that will impress the whole family. Yeah. Everyone will nobody will have questions.
Right. And they're so different, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Spoiler alert. All these niggas the same.
They're all the same.
God damn
they
it.
are all
they are all the same. They're all the same.
It doesn't matter
all the same.
What color they are.
At all.
I hate them all, but I love them all.
Same.
And
same.
It's horrible. It's a horrible.
Amount of DMs from y'all sending me this Cam Newton interview. I saw the interview. I hadn't said nothing about it because I think it's foolish that we have to keep having this same tired conversation about the qualities that make a woman of substance. This man said that you need to be able to cook and know when to be quiet. Because that's what his mama did. Like, boy, go take your mama then. Talked about it on Twitter. If y'all want to go check out Twitter, you can stop sending me the article. I saw it. I saw the interview. I said what I had to say on Twitter.
I have rapped in a program.
Now, I'm not saying that this is true,
Can you remember any
but I am seeing that I still have a chance at becoming Kelce.
Wiggle, wiggle, for sure.
Dr. Ashley, men reveal their true feelings about a partner when they are drunk. If they really love you, often they'll say something like, "Oh, I love Nicole. I need to call Nicole." If they don't favor you in the depths of their soul, they may say something like this. Let me get the tape back.
Loser! Look at me. Yo,
Obsessed.
it's
You're
for
obsessed with yourself.
who lives for the way.
Loser!
Look at me. Yo,
Obsessed.
it's
You're
for
obsessed with yourself.
who lives for the way.
Loser!
Look at me. Yo,
Obsessed.
it's
You're
for
obsessed with yourself.
All right. So, how can black women go from being the woman that men sleep with to being the wife, having God's favor returned back to you? Prayer for the return of God's favor. Isaiah 63, starting with verse 7. The favors of the Lord I will recall, the glorious deeds of the Lord, because of all he has done for us, for he is good to the house of Israel. He has favored us according to his mercy and his great kindness. He said, "They are indeed my people, children who are not disloyal." So he became their savior in their every affliction. It was not a messenger or an angel, but he himself who saved them. Because of his love and pity, he redeemed them himself, lifting them and carrying them all the days of old. But they rebelled and grieved his Holy Spirit. So he turned on them like an enemy and fought against them. Then they remembered the days of old and Moses his servant. Where is he who brought up out of the sea the shepherd of his flock? Where is he who put his Holy Spirit in their midst, whose glorious arm was the guide at Moses' right, who divided the waters before them, winning for himself eternal renown? Side note, there is a body of water in Japan that parts twice a year. So it wouldn't be far-fetched to believe that the sea parted from Moses, because there are seas that still part, where there's one twice a year, and it only opens for an hour, and people walk across the bare sand while water is on either side of them. So they walk in the middle of the water. I'll post the name of the sea in the chat. Whose glorious arm was the guide at Moses' right, who divided the waters before them, who led them without stumbling through the depths, like horses in the open country, like cattle going down the plain, the Spirit of the Lord guiding them. Thus you led your people, bringing glory to your name. Let's see. Why do you let us wander, O Lord, from your ways, and harden our hearts so that we fear you not? Return for the sake of your servants, the tribes of your heritage? Why have the wicked invaded your holy place? Why have our enemies trampled your sanctuary? Too long we have been like those you do not rule, who do not hear your name. Oh, that you would read the heavens and come down with the mountains quaking before you. Let me see. Let's see. While you wrought awesome deeds we could not hope for, such as they had not heard of them of old, no ear has ever heard, no eye has ever seen any God but you, doing such deeds for those who wait for him. Would that you might meet us doing right, that we were mindful of you in our ways. Let's chew on that. And then we'll end here. Would that you might meet us doing right, that we were mindful of you in our ways. If you're always living for the Lord, because the Lord, you know that the Lord is always watching you, you will try to do right. Behold, you are angry and we are sinful. All of us have become like unclean men. All our good deeds are like polluted rags. We have all withered like leaves, and our guilt carries us away like the wind. There is none who calls upon your name, who rouses himself to cling to you. For you have hidden your face from us and have delivered us up to our guilt. Yet, O Lord, you are our Father. We are the clay, you are the potter, we are all the work of your hand. Be not so very angry, Lord. Keep not our guilt forever in mind. Look upon us, who are all your people.
The Messenger just released an article saying that Taylor Swift has been hanging out with Travis Kelce quietly. And this is something that I've heard specifically from Dumois, but did not know like how true it really was. In Dumois' latest podcast episode, she does talk about this. She explains that people have been sending in tips saying that Taylor Swift was on a date with Travis Kelce, or what seemed like a date. And honestly, the funniest part about all this is that Travis does have a podcast with his brother Jason, and he attended the Eras tour, and on the podcast, he explained that he had a friendship bracelet made with his phone number on it, which he planned to give to Taylor Swift at the concert. Unfortunately, he was not able to meet her backstage when he went to the Kansas City show and was not able to actually give her the bracelet, which does make sense because after the Eras tour, Taylor Swift usually didn't spend a lot of time with people unless they were her like very, very close friends who attended that show. But honestly, I don't know. I'm kind of here for this pairing. I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? Because I think Taylor Swift could really benefit from dating an athlete and get out of the actor, musician kind of like area and into a different type of celebrity, which is athletes. It could be good for her. I don't know. But this is kind of an exciting rumor.
Page 6 just released an article about Travis Kelce's dating history. Now, I don't know much about algebra, but 1 + 1 is not equaling 2. One of these things are not like the other. It's giving PR relationship. Big time, huge PR relationship. It's giving there's a contract involved. A work obligation, if you will. First up, we have Maya Minberry. Her and Travis were only together for a few months after she won his heart on Travis's dating reality show. This was an extremely awkward dating show that Travis Kelce had on E! Then we have Kayla Nicole, who he dated on and off for 5 years. The two met on Instagram when Travis slid into her DM. And honestly, with Kayla, Travis never looked better. This was peak Travis Kelce. Now, obviously, he's going through some type of metamorphosis, and we haven't seen him look this good in a minute. But for those of us that were there, we remember. After his relationship with Kayla was finally over, he was later linked with Zuri Hall, who is a correspondent for Access Hollywood. I'm not sure they were ever official. Neither one of them has ever publicly claimed each other. But she was spotted at a Kansas City Chiefs game sitting in Travis's friends and family suite. Seems like that's part of his game. And then finally we get to Taylor Swift. And before Sunday, we were all under the impression that they may or may not have been hanging out. Most of us didn't even believe this was even happening. But Miss Swift popped up at the Kansas City Chiefs game. Yep, sitting in Travis Kelce's friends and family suite. So has Travis's taste in women changed? Or were the terms and conditions of his new situation just too good not to pass up?
Dear Black girl, they may call you a traitor for falling in love. You'll hope the ones closest will protect you, but you will quickly find out that people don't protect what they don't value. They'll say you're too much, too provocative, too boisterous, too outspoken, and in the same breath tell you that you're not enough, not successful enough, not wholesome enough, maybe not even intelligent enough. They'll say you deserve the backlash and embarrassment. Because of your blackness, you should have known better. They'll even try to tie your value to your net worth. But Black girl, please remember your value lies elsewhere. Your value is deep within your heart, the way you love, the way you give. Your value is in your resilience, your willingness to forgive. The way you protect what means most to you, even if it hurts you along the way. And the way you stand up for what means most to you, even though they may not ever do the same. But Black girl, respectfully, let me stop you there because you don't have to participate in this tumultuous, often one-sided journey. Preserve your heart. Even when they try to quantify your character and test your boundaries, you do not have to engage. You do not have to respond because there is power in your silence. And you can use that same power to silence the noise and the self-doubt. Silence the voices within that want you to give in to this demoralizing and antiquated narrative. Tap into that power. Because I know, girl, the rage of the world is loud. But Black girl, your God is louder. And your tribe is stronger. Your blood runs deeper and is filled with strength. And when you finally find the strength to speak your truth, it is your voice that will help heal. Because Black girl, let me tell you, you're not in this alone. And even though sometimes I too ask, why me? I'm reminded that this isn't just about me. This isn't just my story, a singular experience. My truth, trauma, and vulnerability is a relatable part of the human experience. I know I'm not alone, and I want to make sure that you know you aren't either. On days where I feel most inadequate, I have to remind myself that I am, have been, and will always be more than enough. Look, we love, we hurt, we heal, but always remember that your story is yours to tell. And you never know whose life it may touch because there is so much power in community and connection. So, dear Black girl, when the world gets dark and times get hard, when you feel like your back is against the wall and your hands are tied like nobody knows or understands what it takes to be you, remember that you are a part of something way bigger. This is only a small chapter in your story. And if you need help, there are resources like therapy, prayer, and community to help you make it through. But most importantly, I want you to remember that you are loved, you are valued, you are allowed to take up space, you deserve protection, and your feelings, they matter too. Solely because you're a Black girl. Sincerely, a Black girl.
Kayla Nicole and Taylor Swift. Now, you know, Travis is a football player, and I don't understand why Kayla Nicole is upset. If she would have met a billionaire, you would have left his ass too. The man is making all of what, $50 million a year or so versus $1 billion. If she would have met somebody like a Jay-Z, her ass would have crossed over too. And he has to think about his life after football. And all he got to do is put a baby in that bitch. And so she's upset, the Black girlfriend, that he left her for a white woman. But not just any white woman. Taylor fucking Swift! I would have left Shaq for the bitch. Shaq would have been like, Tasha, you gay now? I am. Taylor needs me. And I'm going to be there for her, okay? And if you love me, you will accept me and us. Because I want your happiness as much as I want mine. I'm going to do what I got to do for Taylor, okay? I'm going to be the bad wench. $1 billion? Yes. Now, Kayla Nicole, the black girlfriend, is not happy about the way he just up and left her. And she feels utterly disrespected. In this video here, I just couldn't believe that she had the audacity to make it. Now I'm trying to figure out who's it for. Go ahead.
Hey guys,
Hold on
Kayla
for a
here.
second.
It's always been really important for me to use my platform not to create division, but to elevate and unite women, Black women specifically. So I prepared a letter and would like to share it with you today. Dear Black girl, they may call you a traitor for falling in love. You'll hope the ones closest will protect you, but you will quickly find out that people don't protect what they don't value. They'll say you're too much, too provocative, too boisterous, too outspoken, and in the same breath tell you that you're not enough, not successful enough, not wholesome enough, maybe not even intelligent enough. They'll say you deserve the backlash and embarrassment. Because of your Blackness, you should have known better. They'll even try to tie your value to your net worth. But Black girl, please remember your value lies elsewhere. Your value is deep within your heart, the way you love, the way you give. Your value is in your resilience, your willingness to forgive. The way you protect what means most to you, even if it hurts you along the way. And the way you stand up for what means most to you, even though they may not ever do the same. But Black girl, respectfully, let me stop you there because you don't have to participate in this tumultuous, often one-sided journey. Preserve your heart. Even when they try to quantify your character and test your boundaries, you do not have to engage. You do not have to respond because there is power in your silence. And you can use that same power to silence the noise and the self-doubt. Silence the voices within that want you to give in to this demoralizing and antiquated narrative. Tap into that power. Because I know, girl, the rage of the world is loud. But Black girl, your God is louder. And your tribe is stronger. Your blood runs deeper and is filled with strength. And when you finally find the strength to speak your truth, it is your voice that will help heal. So, dear Black girl, when the world gets dark and times get hard, when you feel like your back is against the wall and your hands are tied like nobody knows or understands what it takes to be you, remember that you are a part of something way bigger. This is only a small chapter in your story. And if you need help, there are resources like therapy, prayer, and community to help you make it through.
Is she Black now? She's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. She's gorgeous, right? But she's a Black girl now. You know. I'm sorry. Listen, I just think this is so funny, you know, and I'm not, because I know she's going through therapy and stuff, you know, and I don't want to beat her down too bad, and she done made the Tasha K show. And you want us to, I mean, if we attack Travis because he publicly humiliated you and left a Black girl for a white woman, and it probably brought back flashbacks because you think it like I'm his preference. But the fact that you're trying to make us feel bad and possibly attack this man because he went home, that would be prejudice of us. Like, what did he do to you besides he said he was done, you know, and he wanted to return home. He misses the potato salad with raisins as opposed to potato salad with a Caesar salt and bell peppers and celery. Like, you have to understand this. Like, I just don't get what this has to do with your color, because the last time I checked, you wasn't claiming to be a Black girl. You're trying to make it seem like it was racism that played a part in his decision for leaving you. He was with you on the red carpet. I don't think it was racism. I just think, Travis, he made a business decision. You didn't fit that profile. And this really upped his star power. It's business. And you, like, he was a come up for you. You gave him swag. And then, you know, the white girls really wanted him so much so they bought him. I just said, girl, you can't make this up. My dear Black girl. When they try to say that you're not enough, you were enough. You just didn't make enough. Moving on.
Unpopular opinion, but we really need to stop making everything about race. Kayla Nicole, you almost got me with that nice little speech that you did towards Black women, but then I started thinking. And then I started digging. Let me get you guys caught up. So this is Kayla Nicole. She was dating Travis, who plays for the Kansas City Chiefs. Boo, because we all know it's about the Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. But in any case, so now he is dating Taylor Swift. So she was dating this man for 5 years. They had been broken up for 1 year prior to him meeting Taylor Swift. 5 years, girl. 5 years? No ring? Mistake number 2. So now the Swifties have been coming at her ruthlessly. You know how they can get. So she does this Instagram post that got millions of likes, in which she says she's written a letter to Black women, aka herself. In that letter, she says there is power in silence, and then continues to talk for like 10 minutes. You should never react, and then continues to write a book. And all of a sudden now she's this pro-Black person. But where was that energy when she was dating Travis? I'm so sick of Black women hanging in these white spaces, and the second they get rejected, they run to the Black community, get the Black community riled up to defend them because they were rejected by these white spaces. Where was that energy before when she was dating Travis? She had 5 years. She had 5 years to give speeches to Black women. Where is that energy when she was dating him? I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. It wasn't there. It wasn't there until she was rejected by that very community that she tried to belong to. Where was that energy for Kayla when she was with Travis? It wasn't there. It wasn't until she was rejected by him 5 years later. And by the way, ladies, it does not take 5 years for a guy to know if he wants to be with you long term. It wasn't until she was rejected 5 years later that all of a sudden she's pro-Black and she's writing this vanity letter. That letter was not to Black woman. That letter was to herself. That letter was to herself. And she's trying to wow up the Black women to defend her against the Swifties, to really kind of egg her on. You do not believe Taylor Swift's fan base is attacking you because you're Black? I think they're just very much pro-Taylor. It could have been anybody. They do this to everybody all the time. In the same way Beyonce's fans are diehard, that's the same way the Taylor Swiftie fans are. I do not think this is a Black thing. I'm not going to jump on the Black women train that you have going. Your 15 minutes is up. He didn't marry you. You made a mistake. That was a huge mistake. Fumbled a big bag. Accept your loss and move on. Black women, we really have to stop being like the fallback for every Black woman that is wrong. Not every Black woman is deserving of your pity and your fight.
Kayla Nicole is getting some backlash online for posting about Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts. Kayla retweeted a video of Jalen sitting courtside at a Lakers game. She just said, "Fly Eagles fly." And she shared a follow-up tweet about him saying, "Y'all have eyes too." So clearly she thinks he's cute, but people are calling out Kayla because Jalen has a longtime girlfriend. Her name is Bree Burrows, but their relationship has been pretty private. And to be fair, there's really no pictures of Bree on Jalen's social media. So unless you really were a fan of Jalen, you probably wouldn't know that he had a longtime girlfriend. But that didn't stop the Twitter warriors for coming at Kayla. Someone says, "Now Kayla, yes we have eyes, but delete this comment. That man is happy. He's married, sis, move around." I don't believe he's married, but he has been with his girlfriend for a very long time, like since college. Another person says, "I typically would be all for this because this would be the most epic bounce back, but babes, he has a girl, so it's kind of disrespectful." And this person says, "You're embarrassing." I think it was innocent. She probably didn't know he had a girlfriend, but let me know your thoughts.
I think initially, I'm new to the landscape of being a public figure. I don't consider myself to be a celebrity, but a public figure, absolutely. So I think I could have used a little PR training in learning how to navigate the space with the media, because I was going into interviews thinking a little naively, like, oh, they just want to hear my story. They want to know about tribe therapy. They want to know about my wellness journey.
you know, you sit down and you do an hour-long interview with someone, and the headline is maybe a one sentence that you said of like, yeah, I was heartbroken and devastated because I went through a breakup. And that's the headline. Like, so-and-so's ex is devastated still, and she's sad and she's depressed. It's like, damn, girl, did you listen to anything I literally, that's
She
crazy.
barely was able to do this interview.
I am confused. But I think too, like you said, I am human, and I take it with a grain of salt now. You know, one day they're gonna have to stop calling me somebody's ex. I don't know if that means I have to date someone else publicly. I don't know what it's gonna take.
That's so good. That's so
like,
good.
I eventually they're gonna have to just let it go. They're gonna have to. Until then, I'm gonna ride this off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Because I can't control it. That's the thing too. It's like releasing control of people that I have no control over. The media is going to do what the media does, which is clickbait, which is headlines, which is make big block letter storylines that have nothing to do with who I am as a person. And it's really just not my job to stress about it. I also think too, to your point, like people will always say like, get over it, which is so interesting. And to them, I say, you too.
Yes.
I want y'all to report on me and the things that I'm doing and not have any correlation or connection to someone in the past. Because really and truly, like at the end of the day, if I choose to share my story, it's because I'm sharing it because I think that someone needs to hear it. I think that there's a life out there. There's a woman out there who feels like what she's going through is this singular experience. And so if I can make her feel like she's seen and understood, and if I can make it out of something like this, so can she. That's what my job here is to do. Like, other than that, I don't care. I simply don't care.
Well, credit TMZ for the source, but I need y'all to understand, if a dude, specifically if a black dude was on here doing multiple interviews, making multiple comments 3 years after he broke up with a white girl, y'all will call him all kinds of names. The problem is, a lot of y'all females do not get called losers enough. There's no way 3 years after this dude, Travis Kelce, dumped her and moved on to Taylor Swift, which is perfectly understandable. Like, most reasonable people would do that. But 3 years, maybe more. It's been 3 years at least since he moved on, and she is still going on every podcast talking about that man. How do y'all not see how desperate this is and weird? Like, if I'm Taylor Swift, I'm getting all kinds of lawyers on her ass. Like, move on. This is weird. Like, there's no way your entire relevancy is just dependent on one person that's not even you. Move on. We need to normalize calling these females losers. You are a loser. You are a loser. And no, this is not bullying. I'm trying to help her. Like, she needs help.
It looks like Kayla Nicole is not fully over her Travis Kelce breakup. Did y'all catch the trailer for the new show she's gonna be in?
Going through a public breakup, it's been overwhelming.
Wait, who's your ex? So obviously that was just a snippet, but I guess some people are shocked that she just went ahead and let that drop, come out, get it off her chest during filming. Fox has a show coming out called Special Forces, and she's not the only influencer or like celebrity in it. But I guess she's sharing how overwhelming it's been to deal with the breakup in general. They did break up in 2022, but it says Kayla accused the singer's Travis Kelce's new girlfriend Taylor Swift, diehard fans, of being unreasonably nasty to her on social media, admitting the hate has impacted her life. I know for the most part when it's come to talking about him, she wouldn't really name drop him. She would just speak on her breakup. But this is the first time that she just actually says his name. She has gotten a lot of backlash. She has gotten a lot of comparisons between her and Swift. I will say I'm kind of not surprised that she's not like fully healed or fully over it yet, because I mean, I think she expected like forever with him. I mean, most of us do. Nobody goes into a relationship being like, I can't wait till we break up. But while they were together, like, you could tell she was very in love with him. And so if anyone's watching the show, I guess we'll see what all is really said. For all we know, this was just a little piece of that one episode, and then he's never brought up again. But anyway, what do y'all think?
Someone said Kayla Nicole got to change her name, and I agree, because every time I see that Kayla Nicole name, my mind instantly go to the goofy comedian Mood Like a Snake. That Kayla Nicole. What you mean Kayla Nicole used to date Travis Kelce? What you mean Kayla Nicole got her man taken by Taylor Swift? I thought she was over there doing YouTube. But apparently it's two. That's why, mamas, I'm sorry, but you gotta change that name. Like, you're gonna have to either be Kayla in, or you're gonna have to drop that Nicole part and just be Kayla. Every time I be seeing that girl in the media, my mind instantly go to Mood Like a Snake, Kayla Nicole. And I'm at the age, now I be getting stuff mixed up. I be like, Kayla Nicole and Tiana Taylor beefing. They said after she did that little Move Like a Snake era, Tiana Taylor stole her man, and they got the beefing and all that stuff. See, that's how rumors get started right there. Now, could just be me. Now I could just be being my people. But Kayla Nicole, ex-NFL star, every time I see her name trending, I get her confused with the Kayla Nicole comedian. And I don't like that. One of y'all got to switch. And it's not going to be the one that made me laugh.
That's the video of Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend was Kayla Nicole. The black chick, yeah. She was on Angel Reese's podcast. And let me tell you, man, was she talking a lot of shit. She was like, do I look like a woman that pays 50-50?
Do I look like I would go 50-50 on bills?
Wow. What kind of shit is that? I mean, this is not anything new. Women taking men for their money and shit like that. Nothing new, you know? But why are you talking like that? Travis is winning like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want about Taylor Swift, but she is paying her own bills. Big time. And he's paying his. And what is wrong with 50-50? What is wrong with that? Who's making these women, man? Is this AI? Is this Elon Musk building these new women that are on this bullshit? I just want to know. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with taking care of a woman. There's nothing wrong with that. But this whole, do I look like? No, you look like you by your motherfucking self 100%. And you ain't 50-50, you 51-50 because you out your goddamn mind. Shout out to Cam and Mace. Thank you for giving her the business. You know the saying, show me a hot chick and I'll show you somebody tired of fucking her. You know what I mean? And Kelce was actually tired of it.
Do I look like anybody that was with anything? So you guys broke up at that point because... No, this is the question. Do I look like I would go 50-50 on bills? No. Okay. So yeah, that was ridiculous. But he addressed that too, though. That was, I don't even know how people...
absolutely delighted me in that movie.
He was so good.
Would you like a he's amazing. His comedic timing is so good. There's this one part where they look over, where they're like, who did that? And like his name is Oscar. His character's name is Oscar in it,
Yes,
right?
yes. Yep.
And it's like his brother gets hit by the golf ball and they look over and they're like...
So I know a lot of you have heard or seen by now about this Travis Kelce and our dear sister, Taylor Swift, and the engagement. Now, some of y'all are salty because he was with Kayla for 5 years and they never got there. But what you also see is a dichotomy between a wife and, I'll be nice, a non-wife. Wife has a sound and it has a behavior. And non-wives also have this as well. See, the time that a man takes and spends with you is him deciphering between which one you fall into and which category you fall into. Some of you are saying, oh, he spent 5 years with her and he wasted her time. No, she wasted her time, because as long as a man is dealing with you, you have a chance to show him something more that says, I'm worth keeping, I'm long term, I'm serious, take me serious. You had an opportunity to show him something more and you did not show him during that time. So you cannot blame a man for not seeing a wife when you don't present a wife, you don't sound like a wife, you don't carry yourself like a wife. And based on the representation that you show what you is and ain't finna do for a man, how you feel when you was on that Angel Reach podcast, men don't see a wife, they see a good time, but they don't see a long time. Men will play, but they not gonna stay. They gonna lay with you, but they ain't gonna stay with you. This is a representation. This is what happens when your behavior and your words don't align with the outcomes that you want. So, my brother Kelce, good job. You made the right decision. You made the smart decision. And I love when my brothers are making wise, smart, and good decisions about their future and their relationships. It's the love doctrine. I see y'all soon.
Kayla Nicole is the perfect example of narcissistic personality disorder. For you to sit up there with Angel Reese and feel so entitled to say, what do I look like going 50-50 with a man? While now you're going 100% by yourself while he's dealing with a woman that's a billionaire that's going in on bills with him. I know that shit gotta hurt. I know that shit gotta hurt. And I know it gotta hurt because women don't understand that when y'all get to a certain caliber of men, that's the highest caliber you're going to hit. So like, y'all be having this illusion of options, but it really be niggas that just want to hunch on y'all, you feel me? So you telling a millionaire, what do I look like going 50-50 or helping you on the bills and you a millionaire? Cool. But you got to remember, sweetheart, he's a millionaire. He never needed you in the first place. He need companionship. He don't need a dependent. You feel me? And he ultimately fucked you up for real, because he went and got a billionaire. He dropped you and went and got a billionaire, gang. Like, I know you got to be sick. I'm sorry.
Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Should have screened these questions. Has dating someone who is in the public eye altered the way you move in relationships now? I thought you were going to get a little spicy. Absolutely. Absolutely. I am like John Cena now with men. You don't see me. You don't see me with a man, and you won't ever see me with a man ever again until I'm married with kids. Scout's honor. And to men, for some reason, they take this as me being sneaky, but in reality, I'm protecting me.
Let me sit you next to mommy in the suite. Come on now.
He's running it back. Oh, Zuri.
How many women got that story?
That seat warm, bro.
That's what I'm saying, yo.
Warm,
How many
man.
women got that story, man? How
Wow,
many women are
Travis
sitting next to
got
mama
it,
in the
bro.
suite? Because I would think you ain't just sitting nobody next to mama in the suite.
No, it got to be someone special.
Or somebody you trying to make feel like they special.
Oh, you think it's all game? Do you think he's hustling Taylor?
He's a football player. It's all about game.
That was hard.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Salute to our good sister Zuri Hall. Zuri, I will be asking you about that when I see you. And then look, at the end, one white woman, not just one white woman, because that is the white woman.
Yeah.
The poster child for all white women at the moment, Taylor.
Like, how can Travis go from Kayla to Taylor? And the reason why I'm going to say this is because most men, they don't really have a type. They will say they have a type as far as like, we have like big chest, we like a butt, we like, I like brunettes, I like blondes, but men, if you go through their dating history and you go through their browser history and see what women they look up and look at, it's going to be all over the spectrum. It's not going to be just all brunettes. It's not going to be all redheads. It's not going to be all blondes. It's not going to be all, particular race or certain color. Like, you'll see a man say he's attracted to Jennifer Lopez, and you see a man say he's attracted to Kim Kardashian. You see that same man say he'd be attracted to Beyonce or Rihanna or so-and-so. Like, that list, and you're like, oh, you just named celebrities, but they're still people. They're still attractive.
It's like, it works. It's just white enough.
I was going to say that.
And just black enough. Because he still got some flavor left over
he does.
from the last chick.
Yeah, man. Kayla Nicole.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we had
now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get Kayla Nicole and have her root for me.
That's what you do. And
at the lunch.
There it is. Brunch.
Brunch.
Oh, we should go lunch.
Lunch. We do it after. Yeah, because that's when you really want to eat hot dogs.
Yeah, man. Yes, that is true. That is true, man. Yeah. This is genius.
But isn't that something? It works. There's something about them that work.
Right.
It's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like it's an off brand. It's off-white.
Yeah.
Right? Right. There's like the white couples that's like white. This is like off-white.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, wait, okay.
Yeah, man.
All right. There's magic in there.
Yeah, because he got a different walk.
He comes over and the parents, they treat him like he's the black guy at dinner, like asking him all questions. They ain't comfortable with him being around. He ain't there yet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He like a light-skinned white person. You feel me? Because he got a lot of flavor, Trav. Even his dances.
Yeah, man. His talk, everything, man.
Mustache, cool.
The X.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. Hey, man.
I don't want to compliment him too much. Then you start sounding with his legs, thigh meat is swollen.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Biceps be right.
Have you seen
How
his
hands? Them big old hands, they catch the football.
Right.
And then his triceps be flexing.
It can be undone. Oh, not Mr. Swift. Oh, why y'all tag me in this? Thought there was a cat in here. Oh, not the Zoot Suit. Oh, shit. Travis, no. Mr. and Mrs. Swift. Boy, I tell you. Travis, what happened, bro? It's clear to see Kayla was in charge of his wardrobe because he obviously don't know his clothing sizes. Clothes big and full, my God, damn. That being said, if Travis and Taylor go on and get married, he won. He's up. I'm sorry. Whenever his wife feels like it, she can go pull in $1 billion off a tour. I'm sorry, but Kayla can't do that. Would you rather be stylish or have a household income of over $1 billion? That's crazy. Give me the billy. Now, will her music hit the same? That's to be seen. Y'all know what happened to Mary J. Blige when she got happy. That's all I'm saying. Now, as far as Travis is concerned, he may need to look into getting a black stylist that's married so he can get the black wife effect that way. Because right now, he can jump off a building and float down safely. No problem.
Mark my words, I would not be surprised if Travis Kelce gets engaged with Taylor Swift very soon. And I was right, because my theory doesn't fail. For those who weren't following along, I made a video called The 5 Types of White Men That Date Black Women, and people in my comments had all said that Travis Kelce was type number 1. If you want the context or want to know the 5 types, I'm gonna pin it in my profile. Type number 1, Travis Kelce. I predicted just last week when I posted that video that they're going to get engaged very soon. And just like my theory says, there are certain types of men that will date specific types of women over and over again, but when he is ready to settle down and get married, he's going to go to where he believes he belongs. So what did I do? I broke down type number 1 using Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift as a perfect analysis, because it defines exactly what I was saying when it comes to type number 1, types of white guys. And my think pieces and using them as an example for this one is to give you a lesson. For women of color who date with intention, that despite the fact that all his exes look like you have to be able to determine if he's going to marry a you. Not saying it's wrong, not saying it's a problem. I'm just saying that as a woman, you have to protect yourself, and you should be able to determine that early on so that you don't waste your time. And I don't know why my video had triggered a bunch of Swifties, because I said nothing of malice in my video. They really show their true colors. A lot of them were racist. But I have to remember that critical thinking and deep conversations it can't translate to some people. But I leave those comments because I'm not being gaslighted when I say that when women who look like me talk about certain topics that affect us, other people feel triggered, offended, and feel the need to attack us. But nonetheless, congrats to the engaged couple.
After Taylor Swift's engagement, someone needs to check on Kayla Nicole. And not for the reasons you guys think. I think it's truly one of the most heartbreaking and shattering things to see the guy you dated for many years expecting marriage out of, to within like a less than a couple years of dating, marry and like engage that woman. That would break me into a million pieces. And I know she's moved on, she's beautiful, she's successful, and I know she has a life outside of her own. But the Swiftie fandom is so insane. You know they're going crazy on Twitter with the fact that Taylor Swift's engaged to Travis Kelce and Kayla never got the ring. Excuse me, I have paint all over my hands. But that cannot be easy. And I don't care how strong you are. I don't care how moved on you are. Especially if you wanted marriage out of a relationship and it ended for that very reason. That would hurt me so much.
Your path is your own. Your person's path is their own. And soulmates does not always mean lifelong partners. And I'm using the term soulmates because if you ever saw the two of them together, freaking frack, okay? But it doesn't mean that they were meant to be for a lifetime. Maybe they will be. We don't know where things are going to go. But as for right now, they are not. And Kayla's time is coming.
I feel like something's going on. Like, it just, I don't know. And as a woman who was raised by a white man who loves black women or women of color, not saying that Travis can't go back to his roots. I'm not saying that. But it's just not giving that Travis is going to go from what he was going to long back.
There's a very long back. Taylor Swift.
I think that if you're a man, especially a white man who likes women of color, you're going to kind of stick to that. Just my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I shouldn't have said this because I don't want to see her on my timeline.
So Travis Kelce, before he started dating Taylor Swift, looked like this. When he was with his ex, Kayla, this was very much his vibe. I just find it interesting that we point this out a lot in girls, but it's not as easy to spot in men, or maybe people just don't notice it as much. But men shapeshift too. Just like when Kylie Jenner was dating black guys, she'd present herself a certain way. When Travis was dating black girls, he would very much do the same. I just find it fascinating because no matter what race of guy I'm dating, I'm dressing like myself. The chain, the haircut, the beard, the stance even. I don't think anyone realized he was actually doing this until he got with Taylor. And it went from this to this. And we can actually track this transition. This was Travis in April 2023. This was him in June 2023, the last iteration of the previous Travis vibe. He and Taylor start dating a month later in July 2023. And we see he starts growing his hair out. There's no more black boy barbershop shape up. We see a mustache, very 1970s police officer vibes. We see him in checks, stripes, and Converse. Is that not low-key a little bit similar to this? I will say that Travis was right to make the transition a little bit more gradual than the girls did, you know? Like, as you can see, he hung on to it for a little bit while they were in the early stages and gradually phased it out. I think that Travis needs a little bit more practice with this new street style because some of this new stuff just isn't hitting the mark. I think he probably needs to chat with Jacob Elordi or some other white guy with style to really help him hone his look for this new phase in his life. But yes, R.I.P. light-skinned Travis, gone but not forgotten.
Walking rant. Why did the machine pick Travis Kelce to usher in a new wave of conservatism in music, fashion, football, and relationships? I've been in entertainment a long time, and don't get it twisted, he was specifically chosen to usher in this new wave. But why him, you ask? I think they're trying to show white people that no matter how far you go from conservatism, how far you go from the family, you can always come back home. It doesn't matter if you're a liberal or a leftist or maybe you dated a black woman. We will take you back. He is honestly the perfect poster boy. He's been playing that wigger role since college. That's a long time to get into a character and really refine it. And refined it so well that all he really dated were sisters. That's commitment to the role. Once he was tired of that role, once he wanted to get himself to a higher level, and a higher level in entertainment is elite circles. You get certain roles, invited to certain rooms that other people aren't invited to. People talk about stuff with the Illuminati all the time. And for those of you who aren't in entertainment and you're like, that stuff ain't true. Showing his redemption story from being a hooligan, somebody who associated with those thugs, to now a state trooper. It's almost like when people say, I have now found Christ. So all of my horrible, terrible sins, including beating up my wife and murder, have now been forgiven. And everyone goes, oh yes, you are born again. Travis Kelce essentially has been born again. And that they hooked him up with the Virgin Mary, Taylor Swift, because she clearly is that in American society. She can do no wrong. And it doesn't matter what dirty deed she done in her past either.
I'm going to need y'all to keep Kayla Nicole's name out your mouth because the way it activates the Scorpio in me, and she a Scorpio too. Ooh, it activates me because you know what? Let that other girl have that Trump supporting police officer. Let her have him. Please, they need each other. They need each other. And he wasn't going to marry a black woman anyways. Let's be very, very clear. That was not the goal. Okay? And most of y'all, let me say this, most of y'all don't know what it feels like to be with a man for a while and then watch him propose to somebody else. See those photos. You don't know what that feels like. So mind your business. Keep that girl's name out your mouth. She didn't do nothing to nobody. She's been uber respectful. Mind your business. And let's move on. Let them have each other.
And let's not forget that Travis Kelce cosplayed being a wigger for years to get to his fetish. And when he got done with his fetish, he went back to the other side and morphed into a state trooper.
Okay, so I gotta talk about this post I just saw. The post says, men will waste your time for 8 years just to marry the next girl in 2 years. And I have to say, I believe this is facts. I have to agree on this, y'all. It's a dog-eat-dog world out here. I have to agree on this. Being a woman in the past, I've been there. I'm sure if you're a woman watching this, I'm sure you've been there as well. Where you've been with that girl that stayed with that guy for all these years, you know, played house, had fantasies and dreams that one day he was gonna marry you. You know, you even trying to play that role, showing him what you can do, you know, cook, clean, all these things. And then that relationship ends and that dream just gets crushed. And then the next girl comes in and, well, dang, this is a whole nother man. He puts a ring on it in 2 years. I've been there. I'm sure you've been there. It's a crushing feeling. And I think this post was possibly inspired by Taylor Swift because, you know, the news came out that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are engaged and they've only been together for 2 years. And then him and Kayla, you know, Kayla Nicole, they were only together for 2 years. No, they were together for 5 years. But hey, I feel that a lot of people out there, men and women, when they feel this pain or they come across this kind of situation, their past partner being their best selves and locking the next person down. I know it's a crushing feeling, but I feel just gotta accept that you was somebody's placeholder. Cause the signs be there when you're with that person, that you're really their placeholder. Whether it takes years or months, when you look back on the relationship, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, they tried to tell me, but they really didn't try to tell me, but I could have, I believe in the whole placeholder thing. I've been somebody's placeholder. Somebody else has treated me as a placeholder. And now I'm married, and looking back on that, it's okay. It's okay because everything happens for a reason. But let me know if this has ever been you, and let me know how you handled it in the comment section. Did it crush you, or does it crush you to know that you are possibly somebody's placeholder? And also, why do you think men do this? Drop it in the comments.
So this is like a random thing, but I feel like this whole Travis, Kelce, Kayla Nicole thing should definitely serve as a PSA to all pick-me's. And I'm not calling Kayla Nicole a pick-me at all. This is not what I'm trying to say. But what I mean is, like, to me, if you read these headlines, Kayla Nicole did everything that men keep saying they want. She dated this guy before he was popular, rich, famous, whatever, right? Held him down when he cheated on her. And according to this breakthrough news now, which God knows if it's true or not, was paying for half of everything herself. And he only gave her 100% of the entire relationship. Which is always what men say they want. The one girl who's gonna hold them down and like be with them, but like not demand anything, especially financially, from them. You know what I mean? Like the way men talk, it's like about how they hate gold diggers, they hear girls want to spend their money, they hate this, they hate that, they hate this, they hate that. And of course, according to these little like rumors that's going around, Kayla Nicole very much abided by that. She held Travis down, she was with this ride or die, she was this girl, still paid for her stuff, still independent, whatever. But if you look at how she's being dogged out now, you would think she was a gold digger. Or like a bad girlfriend, right? Here's a little Barstool announcement. And just look at how people are talking about her. Like, look at this. You would think she was a gold digger. And the amount of people just calling her dumb and stupid for not demanding more, especially the amount of men calling her dumb and stupid for not demanding more, is insane to me. And I think it really just kind of comes to show that, like, if you're a woman dating a rich man, it does not matter what you do when it comes to his money. You are always going to be wrong. She was with him for 5 years. Like, they probably broke up because she wanted to be, at this point, engaged. With him for 5 years, paying for half of everything, handling everything. And now that she's single, we don't even know why, but according to rumors, this is the reason why. She's a gold digger and a bad woman. That's why I feel like so many creators say it, Lip Gloss says it, so many people on this app say it. But for women, or people who date men, period, demand what you want out of them. Because no matter what, you're going to be the fucking villain. I was saying, like, PSA to all pick-me's. Not because she's a pick-me, but because she very much, to me, gave all the traits that men say they always want on these podcasts and on these apps. And she still got dogged out and treated like she was a gold digger or a quote-unquote bad woman. And more importantly, she got treated like she was dumb. Like, men are literally acting like she's stupid and dumb for letting him get away with that, when it's the same thing that they say they always want. And it's because these men love these athletes. So the reality is, no matter what girl this athlete dated, she would not be good enough for him. Because they love these athletes. I might even mean that in like in a weird, like, it's gay way. I mean in the genuine, like, the way male culture works, it's to idolize other men. These men are their gods. And they will do anything for them and go to war for them. So
I was talking to some of my friends today, and they were saying how bad they felt for Kayla Nicole. Like, he did her dirty. No lie, no tea, no shade. Their relationship, dirty.
Was going well for everyone. It can be your boy. You should already be aware that Travis Kelce is going to tie the knot with Taylor Swift. Her Instagram site was where she made the announcement. It was more than 30 million people who liked the photo. It has become a topic of conversation for people all across the world. And of course, the one thing that we are curious about is the entire issue that is going on with Kayla Nicole. Not a problem. Currently, Travis Kelce is no longer in a relationship with Kayla Nicole. In addition, we are aware that Kayla Nicole is plainly of African American and Black descent, and that they have been in a relationship for a period of 5 years, albeit on and off. Therefore, the issue that arises is, How is it that Travis Kelce, who is renowned for dating black women, made the decision to marry a white woman for the first time? People are now coming out to talk about it, which is something you can observe.
Now everyone knows that Taylor Swift got engaged today, and she was engaged to Travis Kelce. But to me, like, that's not the interesting part. I was talking to some of my friends today, and they were saying how bad they felt for Kayla Nicole. Like, he did her dirty. No lie, no tea, no shade. Their relationship, dirty. I don't know if it was ever confirmed, but he cheated on her, wouldn't pay for things, just bad overall. And he went and treated Taylor Swift like a queen. That's all we've seen.
Now, in this specific footage, she is expressing her opinion that, hey, Travis Kelce did Taylor Nicole wrong. Not a problem. This is something that a significant number of black women are expressing. In any case, if you take a look at it, you will notice that he was a waste of her time. Nothing is good about it at all. Apparently, he had an affair with her. There was nothing that he was willing to pay for. And then, according to what you know, he will go out there and deal with the white woman within the next 2 years. This is from the same set of ladies who believe that once a black woman is in a relationship with a white man, the answer is yes. And then the white man returns to the white woman he had been with earlier. Now, all of a sudden, you get the sensation of being a victim. But hold on, there's plenty more.
I don't know. I can't feel bad for her. At the end of the day, she wanted to be a wag. She allowed him to make her pay for half of everything to prove that she wasn't in it for the money. She put up with the cheating, which people do all the time. But the biggest thing is she proved to that man that she was willing to do whatever to stay with him. And he allowed it. Because why wouldn't he?
Woman date a guy for 6 years. He's a millionaire. Great guy. Date him for 6 years and then boom, they break up. And she ends up in another relationship, but this time it's with a billionaire. And 2 years later, they end up engaged. Would you look at her as the villain? No? Okay. Why is Travis Kelce the villain in so many of these soliloquies y'all breaking out? He wasted that woman's time for 6 years. I mean, I get it, men and women are different, but like even in the interviews where you hear her talking, like, do I look like a 50-50 type of woman? Okay, so he paid her bills for 6 years is what you're saying. He treated her nice, funded her life for 6 years. She'll tell you that. She take pride in that, like, I ain't pay for shit. She'll tell you that. I know y'all seen the clips of the interview. Ain't nobody going no 50-50 around here. So for 6 years, you got a free ride and you complaining that he went up? He dropped your ass and went, he's getting married to a billionaire. I would simply shut the fuck up. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Your girl leave you, fuck around, end up with a billionaire for less time than she was with you, and now they about to get married? Ah, bro, you fumbled. You, Jesus Christ.
When are people gonna stop harassing Kayla Nicole? Like, I don't wish breakups on people unless they're in abusive dynamics, right? So I'm not wishing a breakup on this couple. However, the only way that I can think of people finally leaving Kayla Nicole alone is if they break up and they move on to the next ex-girlfriend of another person that she ends up with. But if they don't break up and they get married and live happily ever after, is everybody going to just keep on harassing Kayla Nicole? Like, it's bizarre that people feel the need to continue to remind her how long she's been split up from her ex, and it's not her that's making it the big deal. It's you guys in her comment section harassing her, sending her pictures of them all the time, and it's like, you guys are in her comment section talking about an engagement of her ex instead of celebrating the engagement as a fan in the comment section of the person that you're a fan of. It's just really crazy because every time something happens with her ex and his new partner and they are trending for some reason, guaranteed she's going to start trending too. And anything that she does, even if it's something that she's been doing and always been doing, they're going to read into it and wait for it to say, oh my God, she's hating on them, she's jealous of them, this is all about them. Meanwhile, she's just working out and looking good doing it. And this is the scary thing about fandoms, because anybody can be your fan and they have a mind of their own and you can't control them, and sometimes they think that they're supporting you or protecting you from something that isn't even a danger to you. But then I also think, is it the responsibility of the public figure to tell their fandom, Tone it down, leave them alone, come and give us love, come and celebrate us, and stop harassing them? Or not? Like, me in that position, I would do something like that because that's who I am as a person. But is it the responsibility to do that? I don't know. You guys let me know.
Travis Kelce proposing to Taylor Swift is a prime example of how Black women are constantly overlooked when it comes to commitment, longevity, proposals, weddings, and these men choosing us. Prior to Taylor Swift, Kelce dated Kayla, who was a Black woman, for over 6 years. And that wasn't enough time for him to realize he wanted to be with her, to build a legacy, to propose, to commit. But 2 years was enough. Now, somebody might argue me and say, well, maybe Taylor Swift was more his type. Maybe that may be true. But how is a girl not your type if you're with her for 6 years? If you ever been to a college graduation and you see the graduates, have you ever seen the young white women and how they have their rings already? 23, 24-year-old women already proposed to because there's a plan. They have a plan in life that they know that they have to get married, start family, start legacy, and build up from there. When it comes to Black women, they just want to make us baby mamas and leave us, and they just want to never commit fully and not treat us the same as far as being chosen like other races. And the fact that women are really not in control of proposing, we're waiting for these men to give us what we deserve, but it just never comes. Therefore, we then have to leave. Therefore, that we create a broken family, a broken household, and it continues and continues until Black men start choosing us like other races choose their people, their women. Until Black men start choosing us, the narrative is never going to stop. The broken family dynamic is never going to stop, or Black women have to be chosen by other men, and that's not always a given either. Travis Kelce proposing to Taylor Swift is a prime example of how Black women are constantly overlooked when it comes to commitment, longevity, proposals, weddings, and these men choosing us.
Kayla is doing just fine. The only reason I knew that Travis Kelce was getting married is because of his ex. That girl is happy, beautiful, and flourishing without him. Please stop acting like she was desperate to have a ring. The CIA is whooping on the Black community's ass right now. I swear to God. Ronald Reagan is looking up at us from the pits of hell, laughing hysterically. I want to leave behind the stereotypes that nobody sees Black women beautiful, that Black women do not have marriage options, and the fact that people don't even realize that 88% of Black men are married to actual Black women. If you didn't see this video, you don't want to see it. She's insinuating that there's something wrong with Kayla because Travis Kelce married a white woman. Trust me, Kayla ain't checking for this. And then she goes way off topic and starts talking about how people don't value to marry Black women like they want to marry white women, and somehow that's Black men. I don't know how she got to it's the Black guy's fault, it's Black men's fault. I don't know how they got in that conversation. And how white women follow the trend of ring by spring and X, Y, and Z. And if Black men married Black women, that other races of men would find value in marrying Black women. It got crazy. Bananas. It's crazy. The whole ring by spring thing is not pushed by white men or Black men. It's actually pushed by white women.
Travis Kelce's PR managers allegedly claimed that they basically wanted to turn him into a household name, into a billionaire. And so both of those PR managers allegedly are Black men. So you have Black men to thank for the fact that he had to break up with his Black girlfriend. You have Black men to thank because they pushed and perpetuated this narrative that you cannot advance in life and reach the next level if you have a Black woman on your arm. You have two Black men to thank for the fact that his ex-girlfriend had to accept probably one of the harshest truths there is, and that is a white man will always go back to his racist roots. Whether it's for a check, whether it's for fame, which he already had both, it's so easy to convince him to go back to his racist roots. So much that he sat back and said and did nothing when his fans and Taylor Swift fans were so racist and vile towards her. And I want y'all to remember that it's 2 black men who caused her that pain. I need y'all to keep that in mind. It's 2 black men who encouraged Travis Kelce to put a black woman through such unimaginable pain. Having to accept that the man she thought she knew never existed. He was always racist. It's not hard to radicalize white people and turn them into racists. Even if all you're offering them are the things that they already had, like money and fame. As black women, we have to accept that there are PR teams out there who are telling rich black men that they will never reach the next level if they are with a black woman. We're going to have to face that, like, hard and fast and do something about it. Because the more this continues, the more that black wealth is being removed from the black community through marriage. That's been the easiest way to remove lately, not in human history, but I'm just saying, like, lately within this new generation, marrying outside of the black community and handing the wealth back to the white community through marriage has been one of the easiest and most, I guess, popular ways of stifling generational wealth out of the black community. And it is because PR teams are telling black men, or just men in general, that if you want to reach the top, you cannot do it with a black woman. And we have to accept that because Travis Kelce's 2 PR managers were black. We cannot trust that black men will have our back, because they too will tell men that if you want to reach the top, don't you dare try to reach the top with a black woman. You cannot even trust black men. We have to have this conversation, like, immediately.
Because I don't know what's happening in the community of black men right now on TikTok, but they are coming for your girl, because I made a comment on a Kayla Nicole, Travis Kelce's ex-girlfriend, one of her videos that said, does it look like I go 50-50 on bills? And I just commented, I just said, hey, this is her preference. This is a standard for her and her relationship, and a provider won't require you to go 50-50. If a man is a 100% provider for his family, for his girlfriend, for his whatever wife, he's not going to require you to go 50-50. That's all I said. That's all I said. Here, these men, and I've checked all the comments and like the profiles, and it's 60, 70 comments of these black men just saying, that's why y'all don't get married, and that's why nobody wants to do anything with y'all, and y'all are going 100% right now because you don't want to go 50-50 with your man. Like, your man could be trying to, blah, blah, blah. It's not that anybody is saying that a man isn't trying. Like, here's the thing. That is your preference. Within my relationships, within my life, my standards, if a man is with me, he is a provider. If I'm with a man, he's a provider. He is someone that doesn't need me, and I am someone that doesn't need him, but we come together and he's like, you know what? I've got this. And a provider, when they're saying they pay the bills, they're talking about the household bills, right? They're talking about the mortgage, the utilities, the insurance, all the things that connect to the home, right? I'm paying groceries, probably the cell phone, anything for the kids, anything for his kids, anything for the house, toiletries, whatever. But we have an understanding because 95% of the time I'm probably taking care of more of the household chores as well. So if he can take all these bigger bills off of my plate, why not? But y'all don't respond because you have actively listened and you have actively formed your own opinion. You respond because you're defensive. And I don't like that. And black men going against black women, that's crazy in itself. but it's time to do some self-reflection, because no one is ever ganging up on you, and I feel like that's what you think all the time. There's a butterfly, and it's probably my grandma. Bye.
When black women date outside their race, we don't say nothing. We don't sit here and try to compare races, bodies.
A couple weeks ago, I talked about the way black men like to align themselves with white women to punch down on black women. And black women immediately knew what I was talking about. And although, of course, some black men got it, far too many pushed back, refused to engage, called me anything but a child of God, and just went on to gaslight black women even further. And just 13 days later, a black man gets on this platform to try to gaslight black women from here to hell, because we know not only are black women picked apart for their appearance, but they're also threatened with actual violence online and in real life. And none of that is happening with this Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce situation. And by the way, most of the accounts that are making fun of Taylor Swift's body are run by men. I say this with love in my heart. It is terrifying to watch folks go after black women to try to retain a storyline that enables you to cause black women harm, and I'm afraid.
So Taylor Swift can make billions off of making songs about her exes, but God forbid Kayla Nicole answers a couple questions. The Kayla Nicole hate train is so forced because that woman barely talks. Like, this is the first time she's ever spoken out, and y'all are mad that she's talking about the hate that y'all caused her? Oh, the relationship was 3 years ago. The relationship was 3 years ago. Okay, but all that hate was literally less than a year ago. Literally within this calendar year, that girl was getting dogged out and still is getting dogged out in her comments to this day. But God forbid she goes and talks about her experiences. Y'all are weird. For literally no reason besides the fact that she's his ex. Like, she hasn't done anything to warrant the treatment that y'all give to her. She's never spoken negatively about him. She's never spoken negatively about her. So let me just add that it's a certain demographic that loves to hate on her. It's not everybody. The truth is, y'all hate black women. That's really what it is. Y'all hate black women, and y'all cannot fathom that a guy like Travis Kelce could be interested in Kayla Nicole and also be interested in Taylor Swift. That's it. And I hate y'all acting like she's just some random broke bum bitch. She's literally a prominent figure in sports media. Like, that's how she got the man. All y'all doing this behind a woman who wouldn't blink twice at you is weird.
But if I got engaged and the only thing the world seemed to care about is what my fiance's ex-girlfriend was doing, and you have Page 6 and TMZ writing articles about her reactions and stalking her page, and you have my friends going over there to see what she's doing, and everybody's talking about Kayla Nicole compared to me, baby, give her an award because she did her big one. She left an impression. It's giving black girl magic, black excellence. Because even though I had 9,365 ex-boyfriends and made an album for all of them, no one's checking for them. But you know who they are checking for? My fiance's ex. Yeah, give her an award.